All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. You saw the intro. Now, if you've been rocking with this channel for a while, you probably know I don't like to do Dylan Mulvaney videos. I don't even like giving this dude a platform, giving him the time of day. I think what he does is making a mockery of womanhood and what it means to be a woman, and he's making a killing while he's doing it. I saw that Bud Light sponsored him and gave him his own can. Everyone was outraged about that. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to touch this. I don't want to cover it. But then Nike just came out and sponsored him as well. And, you know, I feel like I got to say something at this point. For me, I just don't understand the angle. Now, Dylan Mulvaney has been sponsored lately by a lot of companies, huge companies that everybody has in their household. In today's day and age, these big companies love to virtue signal. It's a way that they keep their head above water from major criticisms. If conservative-leaning people have a problem with a company, these companies don't really care unless those people, you know, take action with their dollar and actually stop buying. But if people on the left have any complaints, it's usually tied to some sort of racism, hate speech, bigotry, all of the buzzwords that these corporations don't like being thrown at them. So they virtue signal to these people, regardless if those people are their target market or who actually buys their product the most. One thing I noticed about Dylan Mulvaney, though, is that he doesn't even really seem to fit the products that companies are sponsoring him for. Now, you don't have to be an athlete to wear Nike, but this is a sports bra and sports leggings. This is activewear. What happened to all of the feminist women complaining that sports brands don't cater to women the same way that they cater to men? They could have gave a woman athlete this sponsorship. It's actual women who have supported Nike for years, rocking all of the gear, women in athletics. You know, it's so many women who they could have went to, you know, be the sponsor for this, but for some reason they chose Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney was also sponsored by KitchenAid, and in the ad, he was acting like he barely knew how to use a blender.
We're starting simple but bold with a berry cherry smoothie today. So we've got frozen blueberries, frozen strawberries. Oh,
and the Bud Light can. You can look at this guy and tell that he doesn't drink beer. I'm sure the overwhelming amount of people who buy Bud Light are men. So I don't understand what the angle is here for these companies.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay. Love ya. Okay, break a leg. Woo!
It's like these companies are coming out one after another to sponsor and throw money at this guy. In the past, companies usually sponsor people who they felt represented their brand and represented the customers. But I guess in the age of social media and influencers, none of that really matters. It's just all about who has the biggest brand and who can bring the most eyes or bring the most customers to the company. So even the nature of sponsorships has changed because it's not necessarily about who is the best fit for our company, who represents our company. It could just all be a matter of influence. But it seems like these companies get lost in the influence and forget who their real customer base is. This is what Kid Rock had to say about it.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible. Fuck Bud Light and fuck Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Now, in my opinion, Bud Light has always been trash. I've been boycotting Bud Light ever since I tried it. I never understood why people like to drink light beer when you could have real beer. When I first started drinking, I was hanging out with my amigos, so you know I'm real big on the Modelos and the Coronas. But that's here nor there. I just never been a fan of Bud Light, and I'm glad I wasn't because look at what's happening now. But in my opinion, the Nike sponsorship is much worse and much more of a slap in the face than the Bud Light sponsorship. At least with Bud Light, they gave him a can but I don't think they put that can out for the masses. Like, I don't think you had anybody going to the store getting a 24-pack of Bud Light and seeing Dylan's face all on the cans. They made that one can for him, but they didn't push it to all of the people who drank Bud Light. But in the case of Nike, they're advertising women's sports bras and women's leggings on a man. I think that's worse because there are so many female athletes deserving of a sponsorship who haven't been a woman for 365 days. They've been a woman for all their lives, been competing in sports for, 10 plus years, however many years at the highest level in college, whatever, you name it, and they're not getting the sponsorships. But Mr. 365 Days of Womanhood is getting the sponsorship. Last video I got to show you guys. Let's take a look at what Tom McDonald had to say about all this.
All right, so there's a lot of people talking about the new trans spokesperson for Bud Light beer, Dylan Mulvaney. Apparently, to celebrate Dylan's 365th day as a woman, they've put Dylan's face on the can. Yeah, you know Dylan? The woman? Yeah. Personally, I think it'd be more appropriate to put David's face on some Pennzoil transmission fluid. Get it? What the hell? Hey, Bud Light, my mom's been a woman for 23,725 days. And you didn't put her face on a can. Rosa Parks ain't on a can. Mother Teresa ain't on a can. Joan of Arc ain't on a can. Mother Mary ain't on a can. And she gave birth to Jesus. Anyway, if you're one of the people boycotting Bud Light for partnering with Dylan, I'd like to congratulate you on joining the rest of the world who's been boycotting Bud Light ever since we discovered it's literally the most disgusting tasting beer known to man. But seriously, if you're one of the folks who's mad that the official spokesperson for Bud Light is now a trans person, take a look in the mirror. You're drinking light beer. You're halfway there yourself.
Oh, that was funny. I think this is one of the best takes on this I've seen on the internet so far. But that's all I got for you guys. When it comes to Dylan Mulvaney, like I said, I don't like doing videos about him. I'm sure we'll see him sponsored by more brands and using more products that we all know and love. It just seems like a trend that these companies are all following for now. But you as a customer have your right to take your dollar somewhere else. And if they don't like it, then they're going to have to make adjustments for the money. But that's all I got for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on your way out the door. And until next time, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.